and Assalamualaikum everyone. So, today our group will present about mental health crisis among Malaysian university students in this digital era. As we all know, many students have been pressured by online classes, social media, or even technology itself. They tend to feel stressed when it is so overwhelming. So, in this study, we wanted to know how digital life could affect a student well-being. We hope by doing this study, it could spread awareness.
The purpose of this study is to explore the mental health challenges faced by the Malaysian university students in the digital age. We aim to identify how factors like social media use, fear of judgment, and digital communication preferences affect their willingness to seek help. This study also hopes to spread awareness and suggest ways to create a more positive online environment for students.
We move to our scope. Mental health crisis among Malaysian university students in digital age. So, from the title name of course, we focus university student in Malaysia. We just focus on students from pra-diploma until PhD level, and most references from students across Northern, Central, Southern, East Coast, and Malaysia Coast. We focus on students because they are more prone to stress during their study, and their mental health is closely linked to their academic journey.
To explore how digital learning and social media affect students' mental health, we use both primary and secondary data. We collected primary data through an online questionnaire given to university students across various regions in Malaysia. It covered topics like emotion in the digital age, social media effects, stress factors, mental health comfort, and campus experiences. The responses were analyzed using descriptive statistics and shown through bar graphs to highlight regional trends. For secondary data, we refer to academic journals and past studies to support and deepen our analysis.
In terms of limitation, we are having limited participation from East Malaysia students. As we know, UiTM Machang is located in Kelantan, also known as in Peninsular Malaysia. And secondly, we are lack of qualitative experience. This survey is doing by online survey and there are no interview, so we are unable to know students' personal experience and emotion. Last but not least is time management. This study was conducted within a short time frame, and because of that, we are having limited time affected participant reach and data depth.
A survey which is divided into 5 regions, which is Central Region, East Coast, East Malaysia, Northern and Southern of Malaysia. As you can see, 3.1, it shows that the feelings towards the digital age. And as you can see on the chart beside me, figure 3.1.1, it shows the perception of overloading online coursework. As you can see, the East Coast have the most feeling of overwhelm that agree by having a lot of coursework could make them stressed. And for East Malaysia, it has the least amount of disagree. This is due to we might not have much respondent from East Malaysia. Next is the frequently receiving notification. The chart shows that on Central Region, most of students agree with the statement. This might be because of they live in Central Region where there is constant activities or updates. And for Northern and Southern, they have the equal amount of neutral. Next, does online classes make it hard for us to understand? East Coast shows a massive amount of agreeing, meanwhile, Southern shows no reaction towards neutral. But for East Malaysia and Northern, they have the same amount of disagreeing.
According to figure 3.2.1, it shows the distribution of student responses across various regions in Malaysia regarding their tendency to compare themselves to others on social media. Students from the East Coast region had the highest number of students who agree with this statement, which are 15 responses. This was followed by students in the Northern and Southern regions, where more students agreed than disagreed. In the Central region, the number of students who agreed and disagreed was almost equal. Meanwhile, in East Malaysia, most students selected neutral responses, which suggests that students from that region are less likely to compare themselves with others online. This suggests that students from the East Coast may engage more frequently in social comparison, which is possible due to differences in social support system or regional attitudes toward online interaction. A study by Tendot and College support this finding by stating that frequent social comparison on social media is associated with a higher risk of depression and anxiety. This indicates that such behavior could significantly contribute to mental health challenges among university students. Moving on to figure 3.2.2, this graph shows how students responded to the statement about having difficulty concentrating after long period on social media. Students from the East Coast had the highest number of students who agreed with BA responses. This was followed by the Central region where students agreed. The Northern region also showed some agreement while the Southern and East Malaysia regions had few students experiencing this issue. This pattern indicates that students from the East Coast might be more impacted by the cognitive effect of social media, perhaps due to longer screen time or frequent use of social platforms to relieve stress. However, this habit may unintentionally reduce their ability to concentrate, especially during academic tasks. The figure 3.2.3 shows how students responded to feeling anxious when they do not access social media daily. Although the majority of students across most regions choose neutral or disagree, the East Coast once again recorded the highest number of students who agreed with 8 responses. This was followed by East Malaysia with 6 students agreeing. Other regions such as the Central, Northern and Southern had fewer students experiencing this type of anxiety. Although it is not the majority, the higher agreement level in these two regions, especially the East Coast, may suggest a stronger emotional reliance on social media. This could be linked to how students in these areas use social platforms for social connection or emotional support. According to Tain and Cloish, excessive social media usage can lead to addiction, which often result in stress, anxiety, and a decline in mental health. Even if a smaller group of students is affected, their experiences should be taken away.
We've moved to part 3 is factor contributing to digital-related stress. Okay, for the first graph is 3.31 is technical problem during online classes to contribute more stress. We can see that Central have a highest say agree about technical problem compared to East Malaysia has the lower disagreement rate and no one say disagree. But East Coast is higher say disagree compared to other region. That means East Coast is don't have some issue about technical problem during online classes. And Northern and Southern normally their rate is normal and we can see that Northern and Southern is natural is the same and is the same for technical problem during online classes contribute my stress. Okay, we move to graph 3.32 is comparison about unstable internet connection during online classes or exam cause me anxiety. We can see that East Coast is a higher agree for statement unstable connection, and despite we can learn that Kelantan, Terengganu and Pahang is a higher unstable internet connection because I'm studying Kelantan and mostly in 1 week have almost 2 and 3 times that have blackout, no connection, no signal, phone. So it's very impact to internet connection during online classes or maybe during exam. So for Central and Southern, there is a lower disagree about internet connection, and we know that Central and Southern is their town is very highest production, and there's no issue about unstable internet connection for student. Compared to East Malaysia, there's a third agree and lower in nature, and we can say that Sabah and Sarawak is actually their surrounding is very slowly up to date, slowly production because their surrounding is not easy to access internet like Semenanjung Malaysia. Okay, so for Northern is higher in nature. Why higher in nature? Why higher in nature? Because Northern their say connection, unstable internet connection ni very natural and not too fast, not too slow, and it's very good to student, and maybe sometimes it's impact student anxiety and sometimes not. The last part for factor contributing to digital related stress is show that figure 3.3 is the question is I feel stressed when I receive multi-task assignment with overlapping online deadline. So we can see that ESCO is the highest stress for overlapping online study. So we can know from this we can know that students from Kelantan, Terengganu and Pahang feel stress when their lecturer give multi-task assignment and their online deadline is very close. So followed by Central is like a highest feeling stress. The student from Central only just agree because as student they know that it's the same issue from other years until now. So for Northern region student they choose nature stress for multi-task assignment. So that means they feel we know we are students, so that's the same issue that we get. Actually for me it's give nature but we are students, we know how to manage our schedule and how our playtime, and so manage your schedule is very properly to get to not feel stressed when uses multi-type assignment. Okay, continue for certain. Certain choose their disagree and nature is the same, and but their agree is highest. Is a number for highest, right? We see the disagree dengan nature only. Okay, this certain disagree and nature is the student who has a good schedule and have a not good schedule. Maybe their student is very busy, is sometimes NGO and sometimes their program that university do, and but for East Malaysia, no one choose nature. Basically, East Malaysia only choose disagree and agree. Some student feel, yeah, I feel stressed. Some student, no, I'm not stressed. So that means their schedule is very good and very manage their life as a student. Thank you.
This stats show how comfortable students from different regions sharing their mental health struggle online. Most students from the East Coast strongly disagree, showing they are not comfortable discussing this issue digitally. In contrast, East Malaysian had more students who agreed. Overall, this showed that digital openness about mental health still varies by region. With this data, we can see whether students prefer talking online or face-to-face about mental health. Most students from the Northern and East Coast regions prefer face-to-face conversation, as shown by the higher number of disagree response. This tells us that personal interaction is still very important when it comes to sensitive topics like mental health. With this data, we can see whether students prefer talking online or face-to-face about mental health. Most students from the Northern and East Coast regions prefer face-to-face conversation, as shown by the higher number of disagree response. This tells us that personal interaction is still very important when it comes to sensitive topics like mental health.
Next is 3.5, which explains effects of the digital campus environment. Based on the figure 3.5.1 that shows students who feel anxious due to the limited lecture interaction in online learning. We can see that from East Coast, most students agree, and also this region had the highest level of natural response. Next is Central, which is there are equal amount of disagree and agree, while Northern, there are no students who agree with this statement. And next is Southern, only a few students agree, indicating a low level of anxiety caused by lack of interaction. Lastly is East Malaysia, which is moderate agreement. Figure 3.5.2 shows students' emotional state affected by learning space. We can see that East Coast reported the highest number of students agree, while Central, many students agree as well with the statement. Next is Northern and Southern. There are very low response overall. Lastly is East Malaysia. It shows moderate agreement among the students. Figure 3.5.3 shows mental health impact of online learning environment among students. Based on the graph, East Coast show most students were neutral and equal number of disagree and agree, while Central, there are fairly balanced response. Northern and Southern has the lowest overall response, while East Malaysia state an equal number between agree and disagree. Next is recommendation. From this study, we can conclude that we are actually need to have more mental health program. This will help students open up about their feelings through talks and sharing session. The second one is provide online counseling service. This will allow shy and introvert students to get help comfortably from home. Thirdly is fix internet connection problems. Ensure stable internet so students can attend classes without interruption. Fourth, send message at the right time. Avoid late night message to let students rest without stress. And lastly is make online learning easier to understand. Use simple slides and clear steps to help students follow better.
To conclude, this study shows that digital learning and social media can affect student well-being in many ways. Many students face stress, anxiety, and find it hard to concentrate, especially with constant screen time. Social comparison is also a major issue. It can lead to low self-esteem and feelings of insecurity, especially when students compare their life to what they see online. Some even experience emotional dependence on social media, and they feel anxious when they can't stay connected. This shows that while digital platforms are helpful, they need to be used in a balanced and mindful way. Universities must take action by promoting mental health awareness and helping students by building healthier digital habits. We can take early steps to support students not only in their studies but also in their personal growth and emotional well-being.